Hey everybody, my name is Danny Dumas, and this is the Earn Your Title podcast. I want to wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day. I know we just celebrated Father's Day, and for a lot of you, that was a great day. But I think for an unspoken, maybe a majority, Father's Day is not awesome. You know, talking to a bunch of guys, there's always this, especially compared to Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, breakfast in bed, kids bring a card. The day is planned out. There's gifts, there's dessert, there's all these big plans, in social media, how awesome moms are. And they are. I'm not trying to say none of this is true. How awesome they are, how brave, how strong, how important. All these things. We just pump up mothers, and they deserve it. Motherhood is probably the hardest job on earth. I would much rather run into a burning building than do some of the things these mothers have to do. So thank you to the moms listening. Thank you. But for Father's Day, sometimes there's none of that. There's no breakfast in bed. There's, here's a pair of socks, and what are you going to barbecue today? And that can be kind of tough. Now, part of the problem is on ourselves. We can take possession of the problem. Is that when our wives or our kids ask, "What do you want?" They say nothing. I don't want anything. And partially because most guys, there's different love languages, and many guys don't have the love language of gifts as something that brings them joy. They don't have that. So when they say, what can I get you? You say nothing. And that is true. Like my wife, her love language is not gifts. I could buy her a Louis Vuitton purse. I could spend $5,000 on a purse, and she would say, "Thank you. This is really nice." But it does nothing to show my love for her. The $5,000 Louis Vuitton versus, the $50 fake Louis that I bought in New York in Chinatown, it would mean the exact same thing. It would be nice. It would be something she puts her stuff in and carries it around. She would enjoy it, but it doesn't show love. It doesn't let her know that I love her. And for a lot of guys, gift giving is not, or gift receiving is not a sign of love. So when we say nothing, our kids go, Dad's got everything he needs, and I'm not going to getting him anything. Well, what they failed to do, and what you failed to really express, is like what you want doesn't need to be a gift. It could be if quality time is your love language. It could be, I love for everybody to come over and play board games like we did when you were little kids. I would love to, let's go fishing with your son, getting time in the boat, just sitting together, not talking and fishing. That's what you want. But because you say nothing, they say, yeah, he doesn't need anything. You got a pair of crappy socks. And then you have this resentment. Resentment can lead to anger and disappointment and all these negative emotions. And it makes you not enjoy the day. Like, why even bother? Nobody cares, blah, blah, blah. You go down this rabbit hole of feeling bad about yourself because your family doesn't care, because they're not speaking the language of love that you need to hear. So step one, I want to give you permission to realize that it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be disappointed and upset. And it's all right. It's understandable. You're not alone. I work with guys. I teach guys. I lead guys. I have this podcast all designed to talk to men. I'm in that world, and a lot of guys feel the way you do, and you're not alone. It's okay to have these feelings. But what do you do about them? Because it's not good, and it can be better. Well, one is I truly believe you have to express what you want. I think it's an unfortunate thing that a lot of humans do, not just men, women do this too, is they want someone else that loves them to read their mind and know exactly what would make them happy and not sad. And that's not really fair. To have your spouse or your kids read your mind is not fair. Now, if you spend a lot of time with somebody, you should eventually know what makes them happy, what makes them sad, what their love language is. But it's hard sometimes because we have a built-in language. Like, I do like to give gifts, and I like to receive gifts. It means something to me. And again, I mentioned for my wife, it doesn't. And this last Mother's Day, I dropped the ball on speaking my wife's love language, which mostly is words of affirmation and quality time, those two things. I had to work on Mother's Day. So I went out the day before. I actually felt really sick. I was not feeling good at all. Had a fever, chills, the whole thing. But I went out and I bought all her favorite things, the lotion she likes and all this stuff. I put it in the bag. I gave it to my oldest daughter. I bought cards for them. Hey, sign these cards. When mom wakes up, have it presented. I texted her in the morning when she woke up. Hey, happy Mother's Day. We talked a little bit. That was it. I thought, cool. I did my job. I gave her something. The kids did something nice for her. She was going to go spend time with my family. Life is good. The next day, she texts me, I was a little disappointed that my boss sent me a more in-depth text message about me being mother than you did. You used to do that all the time, and I really miss it. Now, when I first received that, I was very defensive. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I tried. I had to work. This is what my job is. It doesn't allow me to, do these, I can't be with you all the time. And I was frustrated, to be honest. I was not mad, but I'm like, I tried my best. Give me one. But then I realized, listen, dum-dum, you've been married for 19 years. You know that she doesn't need gifts. That is not what she needs. She needs quality times and words of affirmation. And if I can't be there to spend time with her, which is what would show her love, I have to then definitely, I can give her words of affirmation, text her how great of a mom she is and, how important she is. And I messed that up. I didn't do that. Well, guys, our wives and our kids are the same way. They can't read our mind, and they don't know what we need necessarily to feel loved. And that's why Father's Day can suck, because they just don't know. When they say, hey, what do you want? And they're thinking, what can I give you? And you're thinking, I don't need gifts. I need I need you to tell me that I was a great dad and that the lessons you taught me are important and all these things. I'm telling you, go tell them those details. Tell them the things that you feel like you need to feel loved. And it's okay to tell them that. And I think they will. If you've done a good job and they actually do like you and they don't hate you, then they're going to give you what you need. Hopefully, they're going to say, create that perfect day and all that. But if they don't, and this is probably the main part of what I wanted to talk about. If you don't get the perfect day from your spouse or your kids, and maybe this from your family on your birthday, maybe you hate holidays in general because they just never turn out the way you want, I want to let you know that it's completely okay to create the day you want for your birthday, for Father's Day, to celebrate yourself. This is a time to be selfish a little bit, make the day you want. If quality time is what's important to you, on Father's Day next year, you set up the party. Tell everybody that you would love to spend time with. Come on over here. I'm ordering pizza. We're doing this, this, and this. This is how I want to celebrate Father's Day. Create the day you want. If it's gifts, if you really enjoy, receiving something and there's something you want, go buy it. I enjoy gifts. On Father's Day, I bought myself a pizza oven because that's what I wanted. I wanted the propane-fired pizza oven. The dough balls are currently rising. When I get done with this podcast, I'm going to preheat the oven. We're going to start cooking. That makes me happy. Now, if my wife asks me, what do I want? I know that I'm difficult to buy for. There's a pair of socks, smart wool socks. It's the only pairs of socks I will wear. I won't wear any other socks. That's challenging, right? You can't just go buy those anywhere. And my wife always say, you're really hard to buy for. So for Christmas, I give her a list of $10 items, and I usually put a big one like a Rolex or something on there just for fun. $10 to $20,000. And I would tell her, I would be very happy with any of these. I'll send the links with the size and the color or whatever it is I want. I'd send that to her. And she still says, you're very hard to buy for. The reason is because her love language is not gifts, and she can't buy most of those things at Target, which makes that hard for her. And when I was younger, that would frustrate me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm hard. I literally sent you a list of the things that I would enjoy having. And I got a t-shirt and I got some socks that weren't smart wool, and I would be frustrated. And it took me a little while, but I'm like, why is that frustrating me? She's trying. She went out and bought things that she thinks it would be nice, and probably things that I need. And my kids, they always we'll go to Target. They can buy whatever they want. And one year, my son bought me these space cat pajamas with laser beam shooting out of their eyes. And, it was interesting, and I wore it. And, I think that's fun, and that you should allow your kids just to be creative and do those things. But if your wife's not a gift giver and you want to receive gifts, go buy the thing you want. For my birthday, I sent the list. Did I get things on the list? No. So you know what I did? On my birthday, on the day of my birthday, I wanted a new pair of Apple AirPods, the Pros. I went and bought them because that's what I wanted, because my other ones weren't working. And now I got what I wanted. I spent the day doing that. I went out to the Apple store. I went out to eat. I went to the Guitar Center, played guitars. I spent the time by myself. I made the day that I wanted, and that's okay. I think it's probably kind of silly to expect our wives, our kids, and our families to be able to read our minds and give us the perfect day. Now, if they could, that's awesome. And, if you and your wife both speak the same language and they just get you and every holiday's awesome, that's cool. But for many guys, it's not. And I'm giving you permission to go make the day you want. When you are waiting for the world to make it right, you'll probably never be right. And I think it's an unfortunate event when we don't dictate our lives. When we just let the world happen. And what can happen is that it can be very small. You have a bad Father's Day that leads into a bad, birthday, leads into a bad Christmas. And then you start thinking, people don't love me. My wife doesn't understand me. My kids don't love me. I've done all these things, but that's just a mental loop. That's not necessarily true. You have the ability to go and make the life you want. And that might be celebrating your own birthday the way you want, throwing your own birthday party, like throwing your own Father's Day party, telling your family where to be, what you're going to do, and enjoy that and realize that it's okay to do that. We're providers, we're protectors. We get things done in our family. I think sometimes they do take that for granted that we are always making it happen. When you need money, you go out and work. When you have a flat tire, you fix it. You do these things over and over and over again, and you're hoping that they reciprocate, but that's your job. It's your job to be the man of the house. It's your job to, when you need more money, to go out and get it. Like, that's what we're put on this planet to do. If you're a husband and you're a father, that's what your job is. You're supposed to be the leader of your family. And I truly believe this. And sometimes that gets skewed as you're the boss, meaning you're like the dictator of your family, but that's not what it means. It's true servant leadership. When it's time to go to work, when it's time to run into the burning building, it should be the dad. When it's time to protect your kid from the charging dog, it should be you stepping in. You should be doing this, and that's your job. That's a good thing. Why are we waiting for our family to make us happy? Don't do that. Take possession of this. You are a strong man. If you're a father, that was given to you by God. He said you're supposed to be a dad. That is your calling. If you're a husband, you decided to do that. You took that responsibility. So use it. Use the responsibility you have. Use the authority you have and make your life great. Have a great birthday party. You like a certain kind of cake? Order it. Make it. Tell your wife, this is what I want. Don't make our families read our minds. I think we really mess up. And if you don't care about any of this, good for you. But there's a lot of guys that are very resentful today because the weekend just didn't go the way it wanted it to. And I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be bad. You can make the life you want. Now, communication's better. I realize I need to do a better job of telling my wife how awesome she is, showing her that I appreciate her and saying those words and spending time. That's what I need to do. I know that. And when I don't, I need to recognize that, apologize, and try better. Guys, do the same thing. I'm a better husband because my wife told me something bothered her. Tell your wife something's bothering her or you. It's how you improve your relationship. If you've never done that, because maybe the reaction was bad, keep trying. Try, gently saying, hey, it would have been really nice if, I just really wanted to spend some time with you. I didn't really need any gifts. So next weekend, this is what I want to do. I want to shut off all the phones. I don't want the TV on. I want to play board games at the house. Something along those lines. Make the day you want. I think that will make you happy. I think that will give you some encouragement. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it was short, but it's okay to feel bad. Communicate that you did that. And if that doesn't work, or if it did work, go make the day you want, man. Go have a fun day. Just go play pickleball, go play golf, go shoot your bow, go fishing, have fun, celebrate yourself. It's okay. It's okay. So my name is Danny Dumas, and this has been the Earn Your Title podcast. I will talk to you later. Bye.